Hello everyone, this is Chris with Topographic. Today we're at Fort Myers. It is 87 degrees, nice and warm, and what I'm going to do is an install on our 2021 Ford Broncos Badlands. It's a template that I've been sitting on for a little while. We have these two upper pieces that I'm going to install. They come as a set, so you're going to get this very top piece and the one right below it. It'll fill in this area right here and this area. We're trying to cover up all those soft plastics on your Bronco because over time, as you drive this vehicle, as your daily driver, as you off-road it, as the elements affect it, this will all become damaged, discolored. You can see right there, just from the fingers going in there, that gets a little damaged as well. But vehicles now have so many soft plastics and they're just so easy to damage that I thought we might cover them up with something that's going to protect them, cover up existing scratches, and also prevent them from getting new scratches. If you do a wet install, you're going to want to have our Topographic application fluid and maybe a squeegee along for the ride. You can also use 1 cup mixed with 1 drop of dish soap. You can increase that proportionally, 2 drops of dish soap, 2 cups of water. But if you do that, you want to place it on that application area and you want to place it on the back of the vinyls. When handling this vinyl, be very careful. It is super sticky, so it will stick to the back of itself and potentially ruin itself if that happens. What you want to do is either do a 2-person install or just be very careful. Make sure you're not doing this in the sun and make sure you're not doing this in a windy environment. Let me set up this camera and we can get right on to the install. All right, you guys are gonna wanna make sure your hands are clean and the installation area is clean. If you clean that installation area off with like isopropyl alcohol, which I do recommend, make sure that it is dry before you actually apply the vinyls. And if you're in humid weather, it will actually take a little while longer to dry. You might not realize it, but it does. So line this up visually. You wanna basically tuck it in right under this. We'll make sure it goes in under all of this trim. Gently work your way from the center to the sides. If you don't have the right alignment, then you can pull it back up. I don't like that the sun is over here, but I'm gonna hold this vinyl up. I'm not gonna apply that down yet. Work myself over to the front. Really push it into these pores. Okay, it's plastic. They're not really pores, but this surface is rough. I'm gonna work my way to the back, kind of guiding it where I wanna go. I gotta admit, my aim was pretty good on this. It's not always like that. So we're pushing it into this corner. I'm still holding up the end because I want there to be enough vinyl so that I don't stretch this. If I stretch this, it'll start pulling away from this area. I want this to have enough material to go into the curves. And then I just wrap the rest around the back, pushing straight over that edge. Once I've gotten that, I can run my hand up and down, but you have to pretty much start in the middle of the edge, push all this down, and then you can run it up and down. If you try to just push it over the edge and just run your finger straight down immediately, it can bunch up. That does look pretty good. This material, this new material, is so sticky that if it gets on your body where you have hair, it could very easily pull that hair off. It is so sticky, but that's what you need to adhere to these low energy surfaces, as they call them. Now this next piece, it would really be good if someone could hold the tail here. The thinner the vinyl gets, the easier it is to stretch, so you really have to watch out. Okay, let's start right here on this big end. Hope you guys can see that because I know there's a lot of stuff in the way, like my arms. There's like little kick out in the front. I'm just gonna let this flop down. I'm gonna pull it up, guide it, make sure that we're sticking to the very, very top of this edge. I can pull it up, realign it. I just want it to be butt up against that part. So I need to go in under this trim. There has to be enough room to get all this vinyl laid down under this trim. I'll just tack it right there for now. Make sure everything else is aligned. And then work on those little spots. Guide it along the edge of this door. You're just working in very small areas, making it really manageable. Starting on one end and then working my way this way. Like I said, I wish the end of this door was not in the sun. There's a lot of other things I've got to do today, so I can't be taking a lot of time on this install. I'm going to gently lay this down. As long as it doesn't touch anything, we're pretty much good to go. You can see how this is bunching up at the top. I'm just gonna pull it off again. And lay it down like this. Pulling and guiding. You can always pull it up again. Make sure that vinyl is going exactly where you want it to go. Ideally, I'd be probably doing this install in a garage, because then you can control the sun, or at least the carport. We'll roll all that off the edge there. Okay, now, so all of this is laid down and there are no creases, which is good. So we just have to focus on the remainder. I want this to go as deep into this crack as possible. And we can just roll the rest of it over that edge. So I'm keeping it really tight to this inner edge. That's what you can see. Guiding it as we go. It's getting really sticky and really warm towards the sunlight. Push all of this down. Roll that little bit over the edge. Again, we're just going straight over initially. And then you can run your fingers up and down it. And like I mentioned, because of the heat and the sunlight over here, I have managed to stretch it out a little bit. It's fine for my install, but I'll show you exactly what's happened so that you guys can prevent that. And then I'll show you the other side, which I installed, I want to say a couple months ago, where we had no issues because it was shady the whole time. It doesn't look bad, but it has definitely stretched out. I actually like when this stuff happens because I can let you guys know what not to do. And all this stuff at the end was the product of it being in the sun. So let's take a look at this. Everything looks good right in this area. Everything looks good right here. A little bit extra went right over that edge. And then you can see where the sun starts to affect it. And because this is really narrow, it stretched it right in here. So we have that plastic that's visible right in there, but I can still push this down, stretch it out. You can see it got so warm that the adhesive is kind of oozing out the bottom. This is kind of the overall look though. Got that topographic map design. This is also available in Badlands contour lines. And we have other pieces to match that, like the soft top overlay, because this is basically exposed rough fiberglass from the factory, but I smoothed it out with this design. We also have the door cup inserts over there, and we have the door handle overlays. But let's go look at that side and see what it looks like. Like I mentioned, this side was properly done in the shade. So we can see that this end is tucked right into there. Everything else is exactly where it's supposed to be. That's been on there a few months. But if you guys like what you see, you have any other ideas for me, let me know. Please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already, and hit that bell notification icon for the latest and greatest things I am coming out with for the 2021 and up Ford Bronco.